Welcome to Glenn's Trains and RC Planes. This series documents the building of the ultimate shelf train layout, rocket rails, from the initial idea to the final running railroad. In this video, we will show the idea of the train shelf, trains to be used, and planing ideas.
Here at Glenn's Trains and RC Planes, we are going to do another build series. I'm going to do a shelf train. I'm in my man cave slash weight room slash pool room slash bar and slash train room. The N-scale layout has been and is a big part of my YouTube channel. I really do need to get back to this. I haven't posted an actual new video of this lately. I have done short videos, but I need to get back to running the trains. I did have an electrical issue. I think my last video for this was troubleshooting that issue, which I still need to do. But once I get that figured out, I can start running the trains again. All 4 trains, that is. This room originally was an unfinished room. The previous owners, this was their workshop. I remodeled this room, and the intent was to have a G-scale shelf train going along the top around the room, which is why my wife got me this nice G-scale caboose. That never panned out. I forget how long ago now, but my wife started to give me a collection, a Kiss Train collection. You can see, it's dark in some areas. I do have Kiss items, merchandise throughout the room. But she got me a Kiss Train from Bradford Exchange. Originally, I received track to make a small oval. Nice little engine. This will be DC. Another boxcar came with the original set. Then over time, I received another boxcar, a caboose, and what I like, a passenger car for each band member. We have the Demon car, Star Child, Spaceman, and the Catman. My intent is to have the Kiss Train on the inside track, and on the inner track, closer to the wall, I'm going to have a freight train. Years ago, my wife's grandfather passed away, and my wife received a lot of his HO rolling stock. A lot of nice looking cars, a lot of box cars, a lot of flatbeds, a few cabooses, a nice steam engine, Union Pacific, and a switcher, Southern Pacific. But like I said, these were kits that I spent time putting together, and some of the kits had these newer, not so realistic couplers, and some, these over here, have this more realistic knuckler. I'm not sure if he was trying to convert these to this coupler or vice versa. I think I will go ahead and convert. All these over here have the not realistic coupler. So I think I will convert those to this coupler, which I will have to order which should not be a too big of a deal. Just have to clip the mount that holds it in and swap it out. Track design is straightforward. There's going to be 2 tracks in a rectangle layout. I did use ChatGPT to get ideas of material list, costs, support brackets, feeder locations. I'm going to use, I could make my own L brackets, but I might just buy decorative bookshelving brackets for the door and over the windows. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I was thinking of some kind of trestle or a bridge, girder bridge, or other types of bridge to span those locations. I did buy a 360-degree laser level. So when that comes in, I can set that up, and there are a few items that will have to be removed, lowered, or whatnot. That should be in this coming week. So that would probably be the first thing I do as far as construction goes, is moving the items that need to be moved. ChatGPT says the length of the tracks will be around 88 feet, give or take. I will be using 14 gauge bus wire. The Kato Unitrack feeders are 24 gauge. So this 24 gauge and the 14 gauge wire should suffice to get power. So there's no power drops. Use this Bachmann track as an example. Each rail will need a feeder connected to it, which will connect. So I'm going to have 2 bus wires that will fit underneath the track. Not sure how I'm going to connect this all up yet. I'm thinking of this splicing into the wire, moving the insulation, then connect the wire. Either solder it or just put heat shrink around it to have the connection for the power. I think the latter, remove enough insulation on the bus, connect the feeder to it, wrap it around tightly, and then put heat shrink around it, which this could be a lot of wire to do, a lot of connections to do, but it will be worth it in the end. I'm going to use Kato Unitrack for this layout. The other track that came with the KISS set was Bachmann, and that just looked like a piece of plastic with track on it. The Kato looks more realistic, looks like it's been ballast, so that's something I won't have to do. But again, the track closer to the wall will be 2 inches, 3 inches on center, and then 1.5 inches or so from the edge. Wanted to use radius 26 for the outside track. Inside track is R24. So this will give, especially the longer KISS cars, this will be a nice smooth turn. So next step, this isn't the wood I'm going to use. I'm going to have to get, not sure yet. I want to get something nice, maybe if they have plywood for like cabinets, something along those lines. Something that looks nice, where I won't have to do much work to it other than ChatGPT suggests paint it instead of stain it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with that. So I want to get this finalized here with a new piece of plywood 4x8. And then the shelf itself will be 8-inch wide, 1-inch thick, and I'll get at least the 8-foot sections. I'm not sure if they come in longer sections. The only thing we have around here is a Home Depot. If they have longer sections, then I go with that. So I want to get the corners done. That way I can get an idea of the shelving area of the straight sections itself. But this is going to be a nice little layout for the shelf train, I think. The feeders will be every 6 feet. The L brackets every 3 feet, I think. And my daughter had an idea. I mentioned scenery. She said put Godzilla in the corner. If I can get Godzilla to fit, and his tail is a little long, so I may have to do modifications to the corner wood, but I like her idea of putting Godzilla. Wanted to put it like that, but his tail will be hitting the wall. And to get it to fit like it is like this, he's not looking at the trains. So I'll have to figure out how close I can get him to the track. You know, probably can't get him, the train to go under him. Tail be in the way. But I want to have Godzilla, and I think maybe along the wall, I know there's one site I saw that it has like wallpaper scenery, like woods, trees, whatever. So that's an option, and there are buildings you can put along there that have like a 1/4 inch thick that will go up against, you know, the wall. Just like the trains are going by buildings and whatnot. So that's way in the future. This will take some time to get all the pieces together, but this slowly will come along, and this build series will cover all the installation and all the steps that I have done.